What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's my boy Adamslink. How you guys doing? Welcome to another crazy video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you guys are watching this video from. I hope you guys are doing okay. Well, without further ado, guys, let's drop right into the issues. Are you guys aware? Recently, Peter Obi was arrested at UK airport over crime allegedly committed by an imposter. Peter Obi was arrested, held, detained for hours at a UK airport over crimes allegedly committed by an imposter. Are you guys aware? So I'm going to go into details. Recently, the public scrutiny, this High Commissioner of UK to Nigeria recently went through. This recently outgoing High Commissioner, it went through a lot of scrutiny because she acted as if she was supporting the election that happened, despite a lot of obedient thing. Of course, we know exactly what happened during the past election, the fight, the crisis, and everything. But she herself said the election was favorable, that the election was very, really, really peaceful. And many obedients weren't really, really happy about that, so they blasted her so much. And again, someone drew our attention to this. According to what this lady said, she said Peter Obi promised to end oil theft, and UK government is after him now. It is clear that countries stealing our oil, okay, accusing UK. Well, I'm not accusing them, but if you know your history very well, if if you have read your history, you read closely about this oil theft, you know exactly the countries who are stealing our oil. And meanwhile, they are not just stealing it, it's our own people that is selling them illegally to them. So I'm not going to also blame the countries, our own people who are selling it. Well, going back to Peter Obi's case and the reason why he was recently arrested, according to Linda EKG, I'm going to read from there. They said the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council (LPPCC) has disclosed that the party's presidential candidate Peter Obi was detained and interrogated for hours by immigration officer at Heathrow Airport, London, over offences allegedly committed by an imposter. The campaign council, who raised an alarm, stated that Obi's imposter, who is still at large, may commit various crimes that will lead to the arrest of Peter Obi in the UK. This is according to a statement signed by head of media of the Obi Dante, Diran Unifade. Instead, Obi arrived at Heathrow Airport in London from Nigeria on Good Friday, April 7, 2023, and joined the queue for the necessary airport protocol when he was escorted by an immigration officer who handed him a detention note and told him to step aside. The statement read, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, just back from London, UK, where he celebrated Easter, has confirmed that he was harassed by London immigration officer and placed for detention, but for the suspicious reaction of Nigerians at Heathrow Airport. Obi Dante Media Office can confirm that Labour Party presidential candidate in February 25th presidential pool arrived the Heathrow Airport in London from Nigeria on Good Friday, April 7, 2023, and joined the queue for the necessary protocol, and was later asked to come aside. And the immigration officer, who were also taken aback at the reaction of the people, were forced to reveal that Obi was being questioned for a duplication of offenses, meaning that someone has been impersonating him in London. Okay, this is what happened, guys. I've read that correctly. So the immigration officer, though Obi joined the queue all the time. You have to join the queue. So he joined the queue for necessary protocol search and necessary things. Then an immigration officer approached and they told Obi to step aside and handed him a detention note. Obi was being detained, and Nigerians was the airport now. Other Nigerians there, they saw Obi, they know Obi. You understand? I started asking a question. Why are you detaining this man? Why are you detaining Peter Obi? What has he done? So when we asked a question, not wanting Obi to go, that was when the guy, the immigration officer said, he's being detained because somebody is making, say, meaning that he said that Obi was being questioned for duplications offenses, meaning that somebody has been impersonating him in London. If somebody is impersonating Peter Obi in London, let us be honest. If someone is impersonating Peter Obi in London, Peter Obi is well known. Nigeria is part of the Commonwealth nation because we were, of course, no, it's UK that oversee Nigeria during those times. So, and very well in the world politics, Peter Obi is also well known. And it's not a easy something. They should have written to Peter Obi and let him know that somebody is impersonating him, not wait until the guy comes to detain him. How can you detain someone that they are impersonating? And the campaign manager for Peter Obi at that is worried that this man is at large and this man might commit various offenses that may lead to Peter Obi being arrested. Well, I pray it's just impersonation. And I hope it's not something that is trickish. You know, UK do not play, get you arrested. And do you believe, you know, we are in the system where the oppositions, it is a free flow for any opposition to throw strikes at their counterpart. Do you believe UK can arrest Peter Obi? If he commits really serious crime, of course they can arrest him. But do you believe, as at now, knowing that the political system is hot in Nigeria, do you believe they would want to do that? Please kindly leave your comment below, guys. Then let's talk about Wike and Dino Melaye and also Chiamada and Wole Soyinka. First, let's talk about Wike. Wike did an interview recently. You know, Dino Melaye is contesting for governorship election in the Kogi state. And Wike in a recent interview said that Dino Melaye is not a governor material. That Dino Melaye cannot be a governor material. I don't know the secret beef between Wike and Dino Melaye, but I think we should watch the video from Wike first.
Elections will come, like what they are going for now in Kogi State. And of course, you have seen what is going on. How lists have been, changed to favor a particular candidate. Yeah, the delegate list to favor a particular candidate whom, as far as I'm concerned, is dead on arrival. There's no way, if what they are planning happens in Kogi State, where they are toying, they are giving opportunity to Dino Melaye. And this is what I tell people. You started to fail first. When you give Dino that ticket, you know he won't win in Kogi State. And then tomorrow, why would Kogi people say they will vote for a candidate like Dino?
But it's from Kogi
Are we
West.
joking?
He's an indigenous of the state.
Oh, please.
And it's from Kogi West.
With due respect to all of us. I mean, the mere fact that you are from Kogi, therefore any Kogi person. No, that's not the truth. This is what we do. When they are going for, you are talking about governance of a state. And we're not talking about drama. You know what we're talking about? We're talking about governance of the state. For Christ's sake, PDP presents such a candidate, and you mean that Kogi people want development? You see, let us stop this idea that it's from Kogi. It's okay. Take, for example, anybody from Lagos State, because election, then Lagos people will just go and vote for him because you're from Lagos. I mean, that can't be serious.
Are you saying Dino doesn't have?
Dino does not have what it takes. For Christ's sake. For crying out loud. What is he going to do?
Is it wrong?
He knows me very well. He knows.
What disqualifies him?
He does not have what it takes to be a governor at all. It's not by coming to add drama on television. No, it's not that. It's not by coming to arise to abuse Wike. It's not that. It's not that. Look, ask Dino.
If I'm being honest, during the time of the campaign, the presidential campaign, presidential campaign before the election, I've never seen Dino Melaye insulting Wike before. Despite Atiku and Wike are having issues, I've not seen any video of Dino Melaye specifically calling out Wike. I've not seen it. And I think it's completely wrong, bro. Wike is a person who is really outspoken. He speaks his mind anyhow he wants him. But I think it's still seriously wrong for him to outrightly call out Dino Melaye. Just downplay Dino Melaye, say maybe Dino Melaye cannot win. Haba now. And Dino Melaye is a man on his own. If they tell another man so you know if you win, that means you're already drawing the war. At least there's a way to do it and just laugh about it, but not in a national television. But however, Dino Melaye responded, and he didn't hold back at all.
My primary business is other people's businesses. If I open my can of worms and maggots on Wike, but I'm waiting for him. His territory that he's trying to practice is my own primary constituency, and I'm waiting for him. He's a pretentious character, he's a liar, and he has no integrity, no iota of integrity. Wike was calling me when Atiku Abubakar was to announce his running mates. I have records, and I've printed it out, and I'm waiting for him. He called me 19 times in 2 hours, begging us to convince Atiku Abubakar to make him the vice presidential candidate. So when I see him lying on TV, because of the south of this country, because of southern Nigeria, the name of north to south, you that were lobbying us and begging us, promising us heaven and earth to convince Atiku Abubakar to make you vice presidential candidate, to the extent that he was at the airport. I have a video. He spent hours in the airport waiting for me to call him to say, Atiku have picked you as a... He was at the airport here, waiting, calling me. He was calling me, my brother and friend, who is were in the Senate together, was also calling me that day. I have witnesses. I even gave the phone to Abdul Ningi to speak with him. I gave the phone to Senator Zameri to speak with him. He was begging all of us, promising heaven and earth. Atiku should announce him. It was around 1 or so that I told him, Oga, nobody will give you vice president. That was when he left and then flew back to... So the man who was so desperate to be vice president, because you didn't get it, you now started a southern agenda. I don't believe in such unprincipled, zero integrity character like Nyesom Wike. The man, Wike was the one who brought Ayu. Wike was the one who sponsored Ayu. And that was why Wike made all the governors to endorse Ayu. That's why there was no election in Ayu's, in the national chairman's office during the convention. Ayu was unopposed. Now you are saying Ayu must go, you want to go to the south. Maybe because of the alcohol he took. Maybe he thought Ayu is from Abia State when he was supporting him. Because Ayu is from the north. You are the one that brought Ayu. When did you now realize that Ayu is a northerner? But he was doing that time to satisfy his own selfish ambition of becoming the presidential candidate from the South. So he doesn't want the chairmanship at that time to go to the South so that it will not affect his ambition of becoming president from the South. So he pushed the chairmanship to the North and thinking he will be able to bribe IU to produce him as the presidential candidate. When IU refused to do the wrong thing, then IU became an enemy. Is it not the same Wike that removed his brother, his mentor, Prince Uche Secondus, as the national chairman of the party? If you love the South so much, why did you remove a Southerner to bring a Northerner? Today you are saying chairmanship must go to the South. Was the chairmanship not in the South? Was it not you, Wike, who went to court, who did everything, expelled him from his ward? So a character who is not stable like that, who is influenced by alcohol and other things I don't know, should not be taken seriously. Governor Wike was my biggest sponsor. Governor Wike was my biggest supporter to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He supported my primaries. He did not just support my primaries. Wike provided his private jet to drop me in Kogi in Obajana airstrip on the day of my primaries. And he was calling me every minute, to find out, where are we? Have we succeeded? So meaning that Wike saw something in me in 2019 when he supported me. He knew I was a gubernatorial material. He knew I was fit to be governor. Hence, his investment or support, as the case may be. So what now happened between 2019 and 2023?
That's the question.
That you are now saying that I'm not fit to be a governor. Somebody you have spent your money on, somebody you supported materially and otherwise, but suddenly because I'm not a bootlicker, suddenly because I refuse to participate in your very myopic and intellectually stagnant presidential ambition, you now see me, understand, as one not fit for governorship. You now start using foul languages on my person.
So this is about 2023 election?
One thing you should know about Wike that I've learned, in all those things, is that Wike is so loyal to the core in the way that if I support you, do not waver. You're going to support me back. No matter what, you're going to support me back. So it's based on agreement. If I support you, you have to support me. And unfortunately, politics is a game of betray. They betray each other a lot. So I understand where the two people are coming from. And it's not even my, whatever they are facing is theirs. No, we shouldn't care ourselves for any politician. At least he admitted that Wike supported him dearly. So Wike, I feel like Wike be like, so I supported you and you couldn't even give me, you couldn't even make things possible for me. You couldn't even make, you are close to Atiku, you couldn't even make things possible for me. You know, all those kind of things. Now me, I go vex too now. I'm not going to support you with all the money and you not do my bidding. Then let's go to Wole Soyinka and Chiamanda. Chiamanda was recently interviewed to speak on this recent Wole Soyinka outburst when he said that he has never witnessed anybody going against democracy. Democracy, judicial system that have uttered treasonable of words like Dante, because Dante said that if they swore in Tinubu on that day that democracy in Nigeria is dead. No, in a way, not the way I said it, but if you listen to it, it's kind of like systematic, but not just bluntly with like the way I said it. So Chiamanda, you know, people were expecting, you know, that time they said, well, Soyinka said they wanted to debate with Dante, and people were already said, no, don't debate with Dante, debate with Chiamanda. So here is what Chiamanda has to say.
I have a lot of love for Professor Soyinka. I admire him, I respect him as a thinker, as a writer. I think everyone should read The Man Guide, and Ake, his memoir, is beautiful. Right? But at the same time, I disagree very strongly with him about this particular issue. And actually, because I respect Professor Soyinka so much, I went back and watched the interview. I had watched it when it aired initially, but I went back and watched it because I thought, am I missing something? And I think fascist is a really strong word. You know, fascist actually often makes me think of Mussolini's Italy. But I think we use it now, sort of to address this kind of authoritarianism that's often populist and right-wing, like in Hungary and even the former American president. And when you look at those situations, you can see why they have been termed fascist. And I did not see any reason that Mr. Dati Baba Ahmed's interview would have been termed fascist. I think he was making a very strongly felt point about the elections. What he was saying, which again I thought seemed fairly reasonable, is that if our democracy is rooted in our constitution, and you then swear in a person who's been elected unconstitutionally, then you are in fact ending democracy. I think it's quite a reasonable position. Of course, we can argue about what that bit in the Constitution means, right? And I'm actually grateful for this whole election period because it's made me read things I probably never would have, such as the Nigerian Constitution, and also made me have quite a few suggestions for editing. But anyway, I think now we're talking about what does "and" mean. Right. So Mr. Dati Baba Ahmed is saying that it's 2/3 and the FCT, and that's separate, and it's a reasonable argument. And is a conjunction. We use it in that context often to mean plural, right? So we say Aisha and Yemi are coming, and we don't say Aisha and Yemi is coming. That's because they're two separate things, two separate entities. And of course, the court will interpret, but I don't think it's unreasonable for educated Nigerians who can read and who know what the word "and" means to make their own interpretations and to argue it. And of course, the fact that the Labour Party is in court means that they do not believe that this election is constitutional. And so I just didn't I didn't quite see why it would be termed fascist. I mean,
Okay, guys, I think that should be all. And thank you very much for watching the boy Adamslink. And hope to see you next time. And please try as much as possible to leave your comment as well as you watch. Bye.